Okay, welcome back everybody. This is the Premier League Season 3. My name is Triumphant Man. I will be casting Skåne versus Meet Your Makers. Now this is game number 3 in the best of 3 series. It will decide who walks home with a win and a point in the Premier League. And as we saw, first match, Meet Your Makers pretty much completely dominated Skåne. But as it was, game number 2 was a complete turnaround with Skåne just going, you know what? How about a Doombringer? Let's bring out Doombringer. Let's crush your face in. Boy, did that not go well. But to be dead honest, I think it just came down. It was a decent little counter pick, little of a pocket surprise pick. As it Meet Your Makers, they had a fairly passive lineup. It wasn't able to get aggressive early, and that just basically gave Doom free reign to go. Well, what happens if I get a 5-minute Radiance and then max out Devour ASAP? Oh wait, I get like 900 GPM. It's utterly ridiculous, and you can't do a thing about it. And it mostly came to the fact that, well, Meet Your Makers, they had Invoker mid who needed to sit around for levels. They had Darkseid who couldn't really gank them by himself. He was also busy trying to get his own levels. We had Like It who was, again, trying to jungle and not particularly well. Couldn't get his own levels. And then pretty much that kind of just left Disruptor to try and solo harass Doombringer, which was not going to happen in the slightest, especially not when he had backup from the Rasta. But going back to this current game, we've got Wisp once again banned straight away by Meet Your Makers. That was their first ban. However, Darkseid banned first by Skåne this time, as well as Rubik banned also. Now, Skåne actually let who was it? Darkseid, that's right. Let him through twice in a row, and Meet Your Makers put him to good use in game 1. Didn't really get a huge miles out of him in game 2, but it was more the fact that Doom was, by the time he was going to be useful, Doom was already destroying everything that he came across. Chen also being the first pick this time around. Chen was banned the last couple of matches, the last 2 matches. Templar Assassin also once again banned. I believe Templar Assassin, I forget who it was. There was somebody on Skåne who actually, it's one of his signature heroes, plays it extremely well, so a bit of a respect ban there. Not only that, but Linnea is also extremely strong in the current metagame. She's one of the semi-carries who performs extremely well and can handle herself quite easily. Even under a lot of pressure, she performs quite nicely. Moving along though, the double pick for Meet Your Makers, they go with the Leshrac. And a Furion as well, so lots and lots of pressure from Meet Your Makers. Lots of push potential right now between the Trance, the mobility of Furion, as well as Leshrac, of course, Edict, and he is all around just a very strong hero. That said, there is a downside to Furion. I say this every time, but of course he does strengthen another lane, but the give and take part of it is you weaken the lane that Furion is in. Furion's lane is not particularly strong, so he can't really control it all that well, and it's very vulnerable to getting ganked or getting pushed down. Now, some smartass is about to say, but Triumph, what happens when you put Furion in the jungle? Well, it doesn't matter. No matter what jungle you pick, you do weaken a lane elsewhere. So if you have, say, a jungling Chen, you'll strengthen the safe lane because Chen can pop out and jungle, but of course you weaken the top lane because you can't dual lane it, and the weak mid lane can't be dual laned either. So you can't really keep the pressure on all that easily. So you're playing sort of a player down. And of course, the jungle is quite vulnerable to being invaded and being messed up, especially if you've got stuff like Chen and Enchantress playing against each other. But of course, the upside is you tap more experience, more gold, and when you want to, you can really capitalize on the particular lane that you've got him going after. Sometimes that's why we see offensive junglers as well, where they take over the enemy jungle just so they can mess with their opponent's lane. But we haven't seen that so much since tri-lane stopped happening. It was something that people would often throw against tri-lane. They have a strong killer dual lane, lots of good spells like a strong double stun lane. Then they have Chen or Enchantress go into the enemy jungle, start using that. But we haven't seen it in a long time just because very few people have really felt the need to do it. And also it has the opportunity to backfire quite horribly. But going back to this match right now, Skåne are going to open up with a Bounty Hunter and a Venomancer as well. So they've got their own decent amount of push there. But it looks like Skåne, they want a rather messy mid-game. They want lots of trading with ganks with Bounty Hunter. They just want to be rather chaotic and unpredictable. And that's definitely something that Bounty Hunter can deliver in spades, just because track is absolutely wonderful when it comes to accelerating gold game for heroes. Final pick for Meet Your Makers before we switch over into the second banning phase. It probably, well, it depends how they want to run the Nature's Property. It could be a suicide solo, it could be a jungler. I mean, we even sometimes pops up in the mid, so who knows, we'll find out. They are just going to take their time here while they figure out what they want to pick up. So going over the reserve time now. I think they might want to secure a good strong solo mid, unless they are looking for a hard carry. If they're looking for a hard carry, now would be a decent time to snap one up. But they decide to pick up Windrunner, so they grab themselves a decent soul and a nice little flexible soul. They're not quite sure where they want to go with the lineup just yet, but definitely plenty of push between Nature's Prophet and the track and plenty of map control. Windrunner just sort of fits into any role, and they could just throw her in the suicide lane, or she could solo mid if she wants to. She's definitely very flexible, can do just about anything that they need while they decide what to draft next. And they're going to see what the bands come out now. Excuse me. And now, currently Meet Your Makers, they do probably want another support hero. Windrunner, of course, can fill out that role, but it's generally not something, and it's not a position that a lot of teams will use Windrunner for. The Chinese used to use it every now and then, but even for the Chinese, who are the ones who were using it first, still not a very common role for her. Now, Juggernaut is being banned once again. Skone apparently using that before. I think last night somebody was mentioning that they used it before. Enchantress being banned. It's fair enough. And Skone decided, you know what, let's get rid of Doom, because we just wrecked shop with it, so let's get rid of that. See what they try. Maybe there's a hero they're a little bit worried about getting doomed. We'll see, or if they're just worried about not being able to put the pressure on. I see them actually being able to put on some. Then again, with a Chan, unless they were getting offensive with a Chan, Doom could quite easily get out of control. Also, Doom is just downright annoying for Chen because he kind of tends to lose creep to him. If memory serves me correctly, Tidehunter being banned by Meet Your Makers now, that definitely could have fit into Skone's lineup. Of course, Tidehunter's Ravage is quite nasty, and also he can roam around with Bounty Hunter and cause some trouble and just sort of suck up that track gold. Final ban, though, what are we going to get knocked out? Kind of expected to see some supports get removed, because it's kind of what they could use one more, but it's going to be Chaos Knight getting banned out. Fair enough then. Chaos Knight, of course, one of those strength characters, or sort of strength semi characters who can be extremely effective in the early game. Very good for picking off people as well. I guess possibly Skone, we're a little bit worried about it. He's a very messy hero. Causes a lot of messy team fights and causes a lot of things to backfire. If he gets a 4-second stun, it's just kind of lights out for somebody, especially in the early mid game. Very easy to pick him off. Brewmaster, the final ban. Queen of Pain being picked up. So there's another hero that does extremely well on the ganks, and she's a hero that can really suck up those track kills as well. Now they've got the supports figured out. They've got the suicide solo figured out. What they need right now, it depends on what Queen of Pain is going to be played. Sometimes she gets played as a farmer in the safe lane. Other times she gets played as a sort of a semi-carry mid, so he gets farmed, does a lot of ganking. In this case, because we've got a gank-oriented lineup, I suspect she will be solo mid, just so she can abuse those runes, get mobile, start ganking early on, just putting on pressure if necessary. So right now they could use a hero, a primary farmer for the safe lane. That's going to for the next pick, but Meet Your Makers now, what are they going to snap up? They do need something. Something that, depends where they want to put the winner. I think they're probably looking for a style, or they could just go for an anti-mage. That, I guess, they decided, you know what, this worked the first game. It kind of shredded everything we touched. So they've gone with the anti-mage again. Just the question is, will he be farmed up enough by the time the push starts happening? And in all honesty, Skone should have had a much better first game. It's just the fact that they kind of messed up a lot of their early gank attempts on anti-mage. Anti-mage just didn't get killed, just got out of control, free farm, did whatever the hell he wanted, and then destroyed everyone, much like Doom did in the second game. The final pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Now, will they go for some kind of carry? Of course, Morphling has become a lot less popular lately, and it's going to be a Pudge. It will be a full-on gank-oriented lineup. Now, the question is Pudge going to go mid? Oh, Pudge could definitely... See, the thing is, Pudge does well with mid, it does well with levels, but so does Queen of Pain, and Pudge would also fit in well with Chen and Venomancer, just because they can slow and just help him set up quite reliable. Just can basically just walk in there instead of relying on a short-range hook in early levels. That said, dual lane will cause him to fall behind a little bit in terms of levels, but he can probably make up for it. As soon as he gets his max range hook, he can cause all sorts of trouble. Xanax, why are the band heroes icons so tiny? I think it's a bug with latest build. I don't know. It's not something I did. I'm actually kind of surprised that Batrider wasn't picked for Skone's lineup, just because he's an incredibly good ganker. And also, of course, as we've seen, he's had a retarded amount of buffs, and he's now extremely powerful. That said, though, Skone might not have really used him all that much, and maybe they said, you know what, let's play Pudge. Pudge, of course, is sort of... Batrider's a nice displacement hero, but Pudge is sort of a big, well, swing big or miss big kind of hero. And a final ban here for Mitchell Makers. I think they're probably going to pick up another...
10 seconds.
Actually, they're probably looking for a solo mid here. Nature's Prophet. Actually, no, Nature's Prophet takes mid. Windrunner takes Suicide solo. And they're going to pick up a Sand So they've got another support here. It looks like Windrunner will be solo mid or solo top. Sand King, Leshrac likely to be supporting the Anti-Mage. Not. Ooh, boy. It depends how well they can gank this Anti-Mage. I'm just not really convinced that they were going to be able to pin him down all that easily. They don't have any really good power stuns. In fact, the only stun that they have per se is a channeling ultimate from Pudge against a whole 1, 2, 3 stun. Three stuns and a mini stun. That's a pretty tough call. As Calculus calls out, Pinoy Pudge is a free win for us. Ouch. Ouch. Burn. Anyway, so let's call it the players and what they're playing. Alright, so for Meet Your Makers on the Radiant side, we have Calculus playing Windrunner, Balsam playing the Anti-Mage, Quix the stand-in playing Leshrac, Link on Nature's Prophet, and the Neno playing the Sand King. For the Dire side, for Skane, it looks like Mini is playing Shen, Swagamama playing the Bounty Hunter, Pinoy playing Pudge, Reason playing the Queen of Pain, and Fishbone playing the Venomancer. Apparently there's a drunk person on bench. They're going to win. I don't know.
Seconds to battle.
As Balsam would like another shout out to Druin. Whoever this Druin guy is, he's apparently pretty popular. More popular than me. Queen of Pain going for a very eco build here. Says, you know what? Wants a bottle ASAP. Looks like she should be able to get it. Now, the solo mids that she'll be up against is Windrunner. Queen of Pain and Windrunner is relatively even. Windrunner, of course, has the better standoff, but Queen of Pain has slightly better harass in terms of Shadow Strike.
The battle begins.
See, a Warn has been tossed down here just to give them line of sight. Watch out for TP games. It's going to make it very difficult to get at this Anti-Mage. He's thrown in a counter ward straight away as well. So he's going to pick off some of the... It looks like they picked off the trance. This is going to prevent Furion from jacking the creep wave. That's what he was trying to do. That's why Pudge cleaned him off. He's trying to jack the creep wave and allow his creep wave to get killed in the town. This is going to be very annoying for him that he's messed this up. Now he's stuck here with nothing to do. He can't actually farm. Or he can't farm, he can't do anything over there up in the top lane. Meanwhile in the mid lane though, Queen of Pain versus the Windrunner. It's pretty even, these two heroes, but it comes down to who's got the better skill. Speed Demon has brought out some counter wards already. I guess he's figured out there is probably a counter ward sitting around here. So we hit up a pause already. Parisian said, well, it's a very short pause then. Doesn't need to take that long, but I'll just say I am honestly I want to like Skyner's lineup just because they have the Pudge, but I just feel Mitchell Maker's lineup is very stock standard, very, very solid, and very safe. I just don't know if Skyner have got enough to keep it together here. We saw in the first match how things went fall apart really, really quickly. And oh, Trent's refusing to behave. They go for the pull. Doesn't happen. Mama has finished cleaning off those wards there. There's another one down there. Just planted. Shen farming away still. Alright, how's this Pudge going? Pudge can't sit 8 and 5. Anti-Mage 10 and... or actually 10 and 5. Anti-Mage 10 and 1 for pretty much free farming. The other heroes going as predicted. Playing support roles. Just not really farming all that much at all. Looks like Leshrac is going to focus mostly on pulling just so he can at least get a little bit of money from there. Sand King will also want some as well, so he may need to share.
Dire's structures are fortified.
See the Split Earth go down. Not doing a whole lot though, just stunning creep. They're just trying to hold it off. They're going for the early tower here, trying to basically disrupt Wagamama's operations and just get a nice early tower gold boost. See a little bit of transfer of aggro there. The crit goes out from Janata. And again, they're just not caring, going to just tango up and then just keep burning down this tower at the moment. Might even have anti-mage drag off the creep wave in a second. Meanwhile, though, it looks like there is possibly a bit of a gank attempt going on top. They find nothing, though. And the stun goes down. Bounty Hunter in some serious trouble here. Pops his invis once again. And they don't have any more counter wards on the Radiant side by the looks of things, so he will be able to walk away from that unless he reveals himself. Tower not quite deniable, though. They need another wave of creep.
Top tower is under attack.
Here it is, just arrived. He's going to try and sneak in the deny. He gets it too. Very frustrating. Meteor Maker is probably somewhat annoyed. They are going to try and take their own one up in the top lane. Meteor Maker is probably somewhat frustrated. It's going to try and steal this top tower. No contest in there. And will get taken nice and easily. Good denial on the bottom lane. They don't want to give anti-mage any gold that they can avoid. See Sand King though, still only level 2, hasn't been pulling all that much, mostly just focusing on helping out in the lane. Level 2 for Track, they need to pull possibly a little bit more catch up, maybe they just need to give him a little bit of leech time. Bounty Hunter though doing a lot of damage to the anti-mage, anti-mage now having to salve up. Picks himself up a ring of health as well, it's definitely going to help out quite a bit. They're stalking Queen of Pain. They know she's there. She's looking for the bottle. Doesn't find. Looking for the illusion room. Doesn't find her. I think they were trying to bait her onto it so Sankey could stun her.
I am in your debt.
Also, no. Again, just going straight for that battlefish. At this rate, he's going to have it pretty damn quickly. 21 CS at the moment. Chen hasn't been, no, yeah, they got the tower ready. Hasn't been all that aggressive though, hasn't gone for any smoke ganks on mid yet, but doesn't really have the creep for it. Looks like he's just more focused on farming at the moment. Everyone appears to be doing a fast Midas. Wagamama. This lane is not much fun for him. It just depends how much counter wood is. Oh, they get the first blood on mid. Queen of Pain diving in deep, although the DOTs might be enough. 2 more ticks. Sand King going to come in here for the deny. Doesn't need to though. In fact, he doesn't come in for the deny. He actually gives her a health potion, which she actually didn't. Well, she needed it, but she wasn't going to die from it. Fortunately, I think it's only a level 2. It's only a level 1 Shadow Strike. Wasn't going to be enough to kill her. Pudge though is looking for a hook, but it's only a level 3. Windrunner unable, it's not Windrunner, and definitely not close. They're maybe going to have Queen of Pain move in and going to try and corral Windrunner back towards there. He's hoping she can push him towards it. Sand King though is skulking in the trees. If Rishin gets too close, this could end up badly. In fact, Pudge is already back. Yeah, I've wasted too much time. Blinking though. Harassment as well with Shadow Strike. Pudge headed up to top once again. He has hit level 6, so he's got his Dismember. But the hero who really needs to be pressuring is down here, the anti-mage. It's the hero that needs to be dealt with, unfortunately. But Amazing is getting ready to pull once again. It's possible. No, Calculus, realizing he's had a health around amount, is going to head home. Nano is going to sit here just to, I think, defend the tower as well as security to counterattack if anybody walks under the tower. Bounty Hunter's really considering it, I think. He's gone for 2 in Windwalk, 2 in Janata, and 1 in Shuriken. Normally, it's an interesting decision. He's gone for the 2 in the Windwalk this early on. So Bounty Hunter's given up on things. He's going to be heading back to his bottom lane. I think he really just needs to focus on getting a level 6. Once he gets tracked, it'll be a whole world of difference. Channing and moving to mid. Might be able to put some pressure on this mid tower with his creep. Or he could just be driving by, never mind. Windrunner's back though, spamming some power shot, trying to get some stuff done. 43 and 0 for Chen. 41 and 16 there for Anti-Mage. Queen of Pain and Pudge not doing nearly as good. Okay, there we go. There we go. They're making a signal for a flank attack. Question is it going to get rumbled? Looks like it wasn't rumbled. It will actually manage to sneak through there. Alright, now it's been rumbled. They see that. Well, they don't see the Sand King yet.
Fresh mate.
Here a bit of a gank in mid. They do get the hook down. A shackle though from Winrunner. Well placed. The wards are going to go down. They're going to get the slow down of Winrunner. Calculus is in some trouble. Can Pinoy get up there? Power shot through on top of Fishbone. Stun goes down from Split Earth. The heal from Chen. Going to try and save Pudge. Unsuccessful though. Windrunner though barely getting away. Although the poise is still down. A shackle shot. Windrunner's there at present for 2 kills. A teleport home as well. And Windrunner will escape. Somehow managing to escape there. Chen's ult not good enough, although it looks like Furion is going to pay the price. They do actually get the kill in there. And now the track down on the Shrek. Can they pick this up? Queen of Pain, she's got enough for a blink as well as a scream. Decides not to. Edict doing a lot of damage there to Wagamama. He also backs off. Chen now, he looks like he opened up with the Arcane Boots, pretty stock standard stuff. Queen of Pain though, popping the Invis room, looking for some trouble in mid, doesn't find anything though. Can't really go too, can't really dive in there under the double stuns either. She's going to have to wait for somebody else to attract their attention, possibly wait for them to go in on Venomancer here, maybe bait them in. Looks like they're going to go bottom. There's the hook there though. Anti-Mage immediately blinks away. Dismember was not fast enough to come out, to be honest. I don't know if it would have killed him anyway. Although maybe with Chen. Maybe with help from Chen. The Shrek now counter-warding up there. There, Queen of Pain getting some kill in mid. Throws down another Shadow Strike. Should be able to get the Shackle Shot. They're going to try Power Shot as well. There is the Split Earth once again. And he's got a TP to go home. Looks like Windrunner will escape as well. Edict causing massive damage here. It looks like the Shrek is going to chase after Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is just a little bit faster though. Split Earth hits nothing. And it looks like Calculus doesn't even decide to go home. There's so many times they've gone after this Windrunner. And they find absolutely nothing. Bounty Hunter comes back, walks into a counter ward, and gets taken out. Nature's Prophet, yes, he did indeed go for a Hand of Midas straight up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chen now going to pick off an easy tower. Nobody else to defend. Anti-Mage going to back all the way up, feeling like he's too low, which is fair enough. There could be a Pudge at any moment going to jump out and try and hook him. Or just, of course, a Bounty Hunter coming out of nowhere. Tower goes down. Chen does get it. Link now still farming. Fishbone not really able to make much impact. He's just going to spam the wards, just trying to keep him off his tower. Check the goal graph at the moment, still very even for both sides. It looks like they're making motions here. I think they're saying they want a ward there to watch out for people coming through the jungle. That's Orange placing that. Experience-wise, this is probably the really important one. Only less than a 1500 experience advantage to the Radiant side. Again, it's been quite even, swinging back and forth between both sides. Nature Makers, though, they do have of an extra 4 kills on the board. Going to swing in their triple stun threat, moving in on mid. These guys need to be careful, even with something like a ganker like Pudge. Power Shot going to come through, just going to harass the creep though. And now Chen moving in as well. It looks like Sand King is the one most visible to the enemy. The Nature's Wrath going to come through, just clean up some creep, not actually hitting any heroes. Pudge's hook goes through, finds nothing. And they will just have to settle for harassing the tower. Split Earth is going to take out Chen's creep. Losing one of his Wildkin. Here is Shackle. What does he hit? Okay, pins down Chen. Are they going to be able to get Chen here? Split Earth going to follow up. Catches Chen. Chen pops Hand of God. But it looks like it's not going to be enough to heal him up. Chen actually going to try and walk away. He will get taken out there. There's another kill. Dismember goes down there on top of the Sand King. Sand King is down, but he got the epicenter off, doing critical damage there. Although Chen's creep will clean up the Leshrac. Anti-Mage now wails in. We've already got Pudge getting taken out as well. And now that looks like Wagamama's waiting in though. Here's Regen causing massive damage there. They're going to have to run for his life. Windrunner trying to get out. Power Shot through. Doesn't quite clean up Wagamama. Wagamama will just barely get away here. A very messy series of fights. Although no, it looks like Furion has poured in. Wagamama though hits the invis again. Tries to run for his life. Can we get one last hit in? It doesn't look like it. Wagamama will get away. Just barely. Wow. Playing that one tight indeed. Pretty much an even series of kills there. Well, that said, not quite, just because Wagamama, of course, spamming the track, getting more and more track gold for his team. Link now, looks like he's building himself a mech just to help the team out. Looks like that'll free up space for Winner to go for a little bit more, slightly more aggressive items. You see a double stun there, Pinoy getting picked off here. An easy kill there for Leshrac as well as Sand King. Venomancer does need to be careful just because Anti-Mage can hit pretty hard at the moment. Actually, no, he's only gone for one level. In the Mana Burns, looks like we get a bit of a gank up top, potential gank. Here comes Furon as well. Chen is in some serious trouble here, trying to jump back there. He was actually sort of trying to juke through the trees. It didn't really work for him at all. Cleaned up by Nature's Wrath. Also, Bounty Hunter getting caught out is likely to die here to the DOTs or not, just getting away. Somehow sneaking away there, runs back up the hill though. Going to throw down a track. If he can get a track down on someone, that would be absolutely amazing. Bottling up as well. There's a track. The stun goes in though. It looks like Queen of Pain copying that. A hook goes in, finds nothing. They're trying to pick off the Sand King. Sand King running for his life. Stun in 4 seconds. They will clean him up there with a Janata strike. And more wonderful track. I think I'm pretty sure all 4 heroes picked up the bonus on that. Leshrac too getting taken out and feeding them more and more track.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Check the gold swing at the moment. Still favouring the Radiant side though. Bottle getting thrown out. Probably going to ferry back and forth right now. Courier is already on the way. Experience now favouring the Radiant by quite a bit. Just north of a 3k advantage in terms of experience. That may hurt them a bit because Ghana are looking to be a bit of a ganking lineup. But of course you don't want to fall behind in that. You really want to slow your opponent down. It seems like it isn't working all that well at the moment. Of course they are behind in kills, which is about the last place you want to be. So I'm going to use the Wild Kinton and try and harass here. Split hits absolutely nothing as Leshrac sneaks in a deny. Nicely done, Leshrac though. There's a stun. Epicenter coming out. Leshrac trying to survive. Hand of God is popped. He manages to take out the Sand King as well as Leshrac, but they get the job done. Queen of Pain is dead as well. It's a 2 for 2 at the moment. A Revelation Wall gets thrown out. Bounty Hunter is still vulnerable. Bounty Hunter is dead as well. They clean him up. Can we get a hook here from Pudge? It is up. He's thinking about it. He's not ready to go for it. In fact, he's just going to walk up and dismember. He says, you know what, why not? Let's make sure I don't miss here. Hook incoming or not. Anti-Mage is there, misses the hook. Anti-Mage likely to try and take this kill. Power shot to finish. Anti-Mage, no, finishes with his ultimate. And a 4 for 2 trade. That was not what they wanted at all. Not in the slightest. This is looking grim here. They do not want this. If they lose another fight this badly, it could well be the end for them. So Anti-Mage is starting to get out of control. He's 100 CS at 15 minutes in. And 2-0. That is about the last place they wanted to be. There's a slow there. Can they pick him off? No, the teleports are too slow to come in. Plus they just don't have the power stuns or silencers to lock him down. That's also not helping them at all.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Looks like a big double stun lane here that could quite easily try and take out a tower up here. They need to be careful though. Hook in though, does pick off Sand King. He has been tracked up as well. Can they get the last hit in there? Sand King now. No, Shuriken will finish him. Let's say he could burrow strike down the cliff, but he just get picked off by a Shuriken. Windrunner says, you know what, screw it, I'm out of here, and leaves. She's almost got enough there for her 4-star. Anti-Mage is farming away. Queen of Pain coming through. She has picked up an ultimate. Looks like she's looking for a hex there. And Bounty Hunter is in some trouble. Gets shackled to a tree there in some serious trouble. Now Split Earth will finish him. The counter ward spotting him up, unfortunately. He's playing a little bit too greedy. I guess he should have realised by now that they are really counter warding hard and he needs to be extremely careful. Peno now has just sort of calmed down a little bit. Says, alright, let's screw some of these ganks. They're not really going all the way I wanted. But now Leshrac's coming. He's going to try and set up a gank of his own. Here's Fury on as well, trying to cut him off. And Lancer Sprout. Split Earth makes it easy peasy. Leshrac pulse novering in. And a hand of God, it may not be enough. Queen of Pain drops the nukes, there's a power shot, doesn't hit squad. It looks like they'll take out Leshrac anyway. Leshrac gets taken out, so does the Furion. That's a 2-for-1 trade. Queen of Pain now trying to make it a 3. Burrow strike through. Sand King doesn't hit anything though. Windrunner now, windrunning away. Queen of Pain jumps in again, shackle shot, doesn't find anything. Power shot, just hitting illusions.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Chen now picking up the furbolgs. Archimede throws the hook in for God knows what. Oh, he's going after Anti-Mage. Doesn't find him. There's Queen of Pain blinking there for a second.
Double damage.
Bounty Hunter nicks himself a double damage rune. It looks like he goes for the old Queen of Pain, nearly gets a double kill. There is the Nature's Wrath as well. So close yet so far. Queen of Pain, a walking time bomb there. Nearly killed the two of them. That would have been embarrassing indeed. Link's still trying to push that top tower. Chen is up here though, should be able to stop that quite easily. See Sand King though. How much farm has he got? Only 800 gold at the moment. Hasn't got anything critical. Leshrac's going for cheap braces, looking for cheap health. Winner and a 4-star is done. Queen of Pain. No, she's still a fair way off Hex. 1600 there. I'm just kind of get the feeling that Anti-Mage might BKB up. As you know, he's not going to need to. Not against that lineup, not for now anyway. The only real stun that they've got is magic through Magic Immunity anyway, but they might just probably just go for his Manta Style next. Doesn't really need to get any kind of, doesn't really need to up his defense. He's kind of pretty tanky already against that lineup. He should be just fine. Nature's Prophet though. The question is, where is he going to go next? They could obviously do with some more disable if necessary.
Uproot and after that.
Regeneration rooming spot 2200. Should have the ultimate orb in just a second. They're pinging. They want to take out the Anti-Mage. I think the feed is in there, but obviously they're too scared to go alone. They need someone else to go in there with them. You know, now looking for a gank. Unfortunately for him, he walked right past the ward, and now, Pinoy getting stuck in there with the Fury. It doesn't matter though the amount of DPS they have, although Pudge gets a suicide in there, and therefore we go 4-star forwards. Can they take out Wagamama? No, it doesn't look like it. He will get away. Queen of Pain now pops her ultimate. It looks like Link is on the run. They get the stun down there. Can we see an ult here? There's the ult from Venomancer now. Bounty Hunter is dead. Queen of Pain just barely escaping there. She's fairly low. She's still trying to take him out. Queen of Pain though getting ulted by the Anti-Mage. Unfortunately, Shrek goes down as well. But it's been a 3-for-2 trade. And Anti-Mage got in on the action too. That is definitely bad news. Anti-Mage with 3.3k now. Winner on a 1700 in the bank as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sand King looks like he's working just straight towards that blink dagger. Will definitely help out with his whole initiation value. And the shackle shot there from Windrunner could not be more perfect. Blinking away for Balsam. Can they run him down? Looks like Windrunner's just going to auto attack Venomancer into the dirt. Wind runs forward, finds Venomancer. No, messes up. Great block there from Fishbone. Shuriken as well, but she gets the kill anyway. Venomancer gets caught out in the end. However, they get a revenge kill at the very least. Well, Sand King still farming away, has enough for his blink dagger now, should he want it. Shrek's still warding up like a boss. Jen, of course, has a gem, can start dewarding with that, also going to start. Just going to try and put on that pressure, make sure they keep map control.
invisibility.
Actually, I headed to the bottom lane. I just really say picked off the anti. Oh wow, I actually managed to pick off the anti-mage there. Poured into the bottom lane though. Who is that coming? It looks like AM has popped back up. And we'll continue farming down here. Furion now. Hits the mid. Oh, they got the epicenter going. Queen of Pain, some serious trouble. Hand of God and the mech healing them up so much. So much damage, and nobody goes down except I may have spoken too soon. A mech there for the range side. Burrow strike through. A hook out. Leshrack's in trouble. Gets dismembered. Queen of Pain ults. Leshrack is down. So is Furion. And it looks like the Dire are turning this around. Down goes Sanking as well. Great turnaround by Skane. The Dire side bringing that one home. I thought that was going terrible for them. But they managed to bring it back and salvage something out of that one. Chen actually going straight for Arganims right now. He has obviously already picked up. He has obviously picked up his mech. Then Arganims. It's pretty stock standard stuff for Chen. Just gives him plenty of extra heals. Pudge, on the other hand, feeling kind of poor at the moment. Just cannot get a damn thing. Anti-Mage now actually went for the Yasha first. I thought he was going to get the Ultimate Orb first. It's generally what a lot of players do. But he said, you know what, let me just get the Yasha. See a double damage rune being picked up by Bounty Hunter. Question is, who is he going to... I think he's going to go after Pudge in a second. The gold graph at the moment is currently a 2.5k advantage to the Radiant side. It is dropping back a little bit, and I think it's come to the fact that the Dire is sort of catching up in the games, plus track money is helping them out a little bit. Experience wise, they are still about 3,000 behind as well. You see the CS there, and I think it's mostly just coming down to the fact that Anti-Mage is out CSing the hell out of everybody, much like game 1 as well. It's only about 50 GPM ahead of Queen of Pain though, so it could be a lot worse. Actually a relatively even leaderboard in terms of rising and overall gold per minute. I believe they get this sorted out soon. Let's have a look at the items as well while we wait. Okay, so nothing. Windrunner working towards her own Hex, nothing new on Anti-Mage, Ward Bitch for Quicks, nothing new on the Furion, and nothing new on Sanking either. I get the feeling Fishbone may be about to get ganked, possibly. Leshrack notices him. He's going to pull it out. And Bounty Hunter with his double damage. You're going in now. Looking for a target there, the hook out there. The blink away. Bounty Hunter though, he looks like he's building big. Yeah, it is a BKB. He's trying to get his defense up. He's feeling a little bit squishy at the moment. There's a lot of magical damage over there right now. So BKB is probably definitely worth it for Bounty Hunter in this game. Looks like they want to go and gank the jungle, but they are going to walk straight into Venomancer. This is the problem with trying to gank against the Venomancer. It's very difficult because he tends to have wards absolutely everywhere. Queen of Pain though just finished off a Hex. This may be what they need to set things up. Need to be able to shut down some of these key heroes. Bounty Hunter definitely needs to be careful. They can be cocky. There are counter wards all up this lane. Needs to be quite careful indeed. Managed to spot them. Venomancer now in a little bit of trouble. Throws down the slow, gets hit by the split earth. There's the Nature's Wrath. Well, Chen also healing. There's a burrow strike. Can they make something happen? The gem has been dropped by Venomance there. That looks like they're just going to leave it on the ground for now. Nope, they're going to pick it up there. Dust Appearance getting dropped to the ground. Says, you know what, we don't need that.
Haste!
He basically comes out to throw somebody, says, nah, screw it, straight back to farming. Why even bother? Windrunner now getting very close to getting a Mystic Staff. It looks like Bounty Hunter has managed to finish up his BKB. Should be getting shipped out right now. Still an empty bottle though. Pudge though still trying to get his Hood of Defiance, rather his pipe up and running. Hood of Defiance is not that common anymore. By itself anyway, it tends to sort of go full pipe or nothing. And now the ult's there on Calculus. 4-staffing away. Pudge giving up the chase. Probably could have hooked him there, but decided not to.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Bounty Hunter, not hitting that hard just yet. So the main thing is just the fact that we've got a ticking time bomb over here. It's of course Anti-Mage just cannot deal with it. And they've gone the wrong way there. It looks like Anti-Mage will escape. That said, he might start, if he's going to get a lot of lockdown to deal with Anti-Mage, he might just want to invest in a Black King Bar next. They're starting to get a lot of hexes, or a hex. Probably want to work on more in a second. This is definitely looking too good for him at all. Gunner there, we're looking strong last match, but this match just hasn't gone their way again. They just picked this aggressive ganking line. They just have not been able to find some traction in these ganks. And again, I think the biggest thing is just his Pudge. He's a swing big, miss big hero, and in this match, I think he's mostly been a miss big hero. If you see that 0 and 7, Pinoy has not done well at all. I think it was Link or Calculus saying, look, Pinoy's playing Dota. Free win. Free win to us. Haven't really seen any Denji hooks yet. So both teams getting ready to get involved in some kind of exit down. Oh no, actually no, Mitchamaker's finally going to smoke up. And they're going to charge the empty lane and find absolutely nothing with it. In the meantime though, they're going to go and Roshan, go to the Roshan pit, get this cleaned up now. I think they're pinging mid to go and gank mid, except they see it's illusions. I think they're saying go and check top. Easy Roshan kill. Nothing, absolutely nothing that Mitchamakers can do about this one. They just have no idea where they are. It just comes down to the fact they've been counting the wards. Definitely really helps here. Looks like Pudge is in instant trouble. They are going to play stacks on Pudge. Pudge though gets healed, gets stunned again. Easy kill. 4v1. No way he was going to survive that. Just put it in and died.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Anyways, now just going to go for the barracks there. Can they get this down? Still 30 seconds on Pudge. Queen of Pain is up though and has her ultimate ready. Venomance also has his up and running. Don't know if it'll do enough damage. Queen of Pain now throwing out the ult there. Didn't do squat really. I think it pretty much missed it. Queen of Pain now getting hit by Anti-Mage's ult. A little bit too early on AM's ult there. She still has a fair amount of mana left. As we see the Hex there going Calculus. Anti-Mage now waiting in, trying to cause some damage. Screen comes out. This track as well. Just blinks away. They just do not have the lockdown at the moment. It's becoming quite annoying for them. They had a couple of good power stuns. They could have finished that there and then.
My thanks.
Venomance too. I think he's possibly building a BKB as well. I think he's just trying to bulk up. I think he'll go for arguments. It won't be really all that valuable. Yeah, I don't think he's going for arguments. It looks more like a BKB to me. Chen on the other hand is definitely worthwhile, but all of them to be honest. That hex there and a hook out there. Linkdo in some serious trouble. The bait has worked. Power stun through those seconds. Is what I mean. These stuns are so damn good. Linkdo still life good eye. There's the epicenter though. Anti-Mage gets the kill there on the Pudge. Also cleaning up the Aegis on the Queen of Pain. And there we go. Stun again. Anti-Mage shackled to a tree. That's not Anti-Mage actually. What am I talking about? That's Queen of Pain getting shackled. I'm going to mix up the blinkers. Shackle shot going through ping. Oh my, this is exactly what I mean. They just cannot compete with these stuns. This is why I really feel like Scarny's lineup could have really benefited from a good power stun. Because you look at this Sanke, it just seems like just one stun, but he's setting up so many fights just from these burrow strikes, just coming screaming through, blinking in and stunning somebody. He's not even setting up a huge epicenters. It's just the burrow strike, it's just the blink and the burrow strike. As it looks like Shen actually gets his revenge there on Sanking, just running up and smacking him in the face with a test of faith.
Dire's middle tower.
Mid tower getting cleaned up as well. Anti-Mage now looks like he's working his way towards a harder Tarask there.
Dire's middle tower.
Wonder if they're going to take a kill in that tower. Balsam just working his way through the jungle again. Looks like they're going to be quite cautious there. Uh-oh. Shackle shot the hook in there from Pudge. This point says, you know what, okay, I'm just going to pull you to safety just to make sure nobody tries to pick you up. Of course, something like a Shrek could have come up there, or even just, you know, another stun from the Sanking once again. Some Queen of Pain though. It looks like she's also working on her own BKB. Sick of these stuns. That's one of the things. Sanking is a really powerful hero until the BKBs come out. Once the enemy gets a couple of BKBs, he really starts to become a non-factor. Just because against Magic Community, he is incredibly useless. Pudge has finally finished off his Hooded Defiance there. Going to go for the full pipe, I assume, just to help out his team, give him some effective health. How many fresh drums come up? Venomaz has picked up another gem there. Calculus, 3,200. Wow, Calculus actually has a lot in the bank there. Let's bring up the GPM. Over 7.5k advantage now in terms of gold. And experience-wise, a 5k lead. 5k, probably 5,500 experience lead. Let's see the CS Anti-Mage up to 283 at the moment. 166 is his nearest competitor, which is Queen of Pain. 534 gold per minute at the moment. That's definitely in the territory of holy crap.
Illusion.
Blink out there as it looks like they're going to charge in. Can they get the Anti-Mage though? Pinoy is unfortunate too side. He's losing all of his mana to these illusions. Gets Hex as well. Chen pops a heal. A shit for Split Earth though. Cleans up poor old Pudge. Queen of Pain pops out the Scream of Pain as well as the Sonic Wave. BKB's up. She's trying to get out. Cuts away. Finds a hole through the trees. There's the epicenter. It does not do any damage though. Thanks to the BKBs. Queen of Pain now screaming her way back towards the base. Going to teleport out there. Chen going to steal that creep as well. They do get a couple of kills, although it looks like Bounty Hunter chased in deep and regrets making that decision. Gets cleaned up by the Anti-Mage. So a 2 for 2 trade if we count Pudge in the middle of that too. How many deaths is Pudge up? Is Pudge actually secured a kill? Nope, 0, 9 and 10. Oh man, Pudge would be pretty upset. Like I said, swing big or miss big. This is one of those heroes. Pudge is looking for an angle. Can he find one though? Creeper in the way. Pudge going to move up blind into the enemy jungle. Can he find something here? Well, Balsam's sin. Balsam might actually just run over and start fighting him. Who knows? Pain blinks in, gets the Hex off. They're looking for the angle. She gets out of the way. They get the hook down. Can they do the damage here? Pudge dismembers the correct one. A 4-staff away and then a blink out for Balsam. Trying to figure out who 4-staffed him. Not dead sure who 4-staffed. Nor the blink in and the stun once again. Here comes a Sandstorm. No epicenter. Still in corner. Anti-Mage comes in with an ultimate. Not doing that much damage though. Shen now is down. So is Pudge. Queen of Pain though manages to escape once again. They're going to go after Venomance now. Venomance is on the run. Can he get out of here? Doesn't look like it. He's got a slow. There's a burrow strike through. Catches 2 heroes. It looks like Rishon is dead as well. Queen of Pain. That's a 4 for none trade. absolutely soul-crushing when you see that kind of thing happen. A buyback from Chen, but what can he do? No buyback from Queen of Pain, no buyback from Pudge. Neither for the Venomancer, and this is looking like it is quite possibly a mid-rax. A Hex there, oh no! The double stun once again! Both these heroes, Chen actually saves. Manages to save Bounty Hunter by sending him back to the fountain in time.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's
Mid is down, and they're just going to sweep the bottom, and this looks like this is GG right here and there.
Dire's
Anti-Mage is completely out of control. He's got hard trace, he's got everything here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Pretty much set. Still 30 seconds on Queen of Pain. That's the only hero really at the moment can even have a hope of standing up to the Anti-Mage. And she needs to dismember the hooks there from Pudge as well. Burrow Strike through actually misses. There are chains. This time the BKB manages to deflect it. And now Quick's looking like he's in a lot of trouble. They're trying to escape. He will go into the DOTs. The melee barracks in the bottom lane to take it out. No, Burrow Strike through. Venomancer's down. Bounty Hunter's down. A hook in though. And that cleans up the Sand King. As Nenos makes a smiley face. He did what he had to do though, and now Anti-Mage now just going to clean up top. Clean up the mid, probably going to sweep top in a second as well. A hook in again, Windrunner though, going to get pinned down there. Anti-Mage though, comes in screaming, just slams Pudge. Pudge is out of mana. Probably should have gone at the Queen of Pain actually.
Look who's back.
A healing hand.
Dire's middle tower is under
Got
attack.
a couple of buybacks. Actually, where the hell is Furion is just doing? Furion's just doing his own thing. So everybody else is pushing, fighting, helping. Furion's just like, and I can keep farming. Thanks, guys. Goes looking to farm Roshan. Doesn't find it.
Haste.
And the hand of God again. Shen, of course, abusing his ult stick there. Looks like Pudge also working. Pudge also working on a BKB. Does need against his stuns. Windrunner actually getting off a good shackle there. Pudge swinging around behind him. And a Hex down on top of Pudge as well. I think she's decided she doesn't actually want to fight him though. Just being annoying in general. Anti-Mage farming some more. Bring up the gold chart once again. 20k advantage. It's definitely not good. A blink in there from Sand King blinks in, gets a Burrow Strike off. Here comes the Furo. No, cancels. Decides he wants to get back to farm. A hook save though from Pudge. Queen of Pain now still fighting. Pops a BKB so she won't get stunned. And there is a Poison Nova. It does actually manage to hit the Shrek, but that's all it hits. As I hear Anti-Mage is also trying to take out something. Chen pops a heal. And a hook in. Hits a friendly there. Doesn't do anything there. And then there we go, Blink Epicenter doing a fair bit of damage to Chen. Down goes Bounty Hunter as well. Anti-Mage now going to try and take out Chen. No, it actually looks like Chen popping the Ghost Scepter there. Trying to save himself. And Wrath is Nature's Wrath comes through. A Power Shot will finish up Chen. Actually, Pudge trying to save him from it. Doesn't quite much though. And Windrunner now going to pop her ultimate on the tower. Balsam though, cleaning it up. BKB's being popped left, right and center. Queen of Pain blinking away.
Dire's top barracks are under
And a Burrow Strike through once again. Double! The Nano placing it very nicely, clipping both heroes, not single targeting there as the Hexa on Regen. Link is now going to town on Regen. Regen blinks away. Wow, she manages to whiff that. Burrow Strike in once again on Regen, and there's the GG. So they're just going to chase after Regen because they can. Let the creep finish things off. Shackle Tree, pin down, Power Shot, and that's it. That is game. Meteor Makers have won 2 out of 3 matches, and this has been a fantastic. I've got to say, this has been a great series. Some interesting picks. Nice to see Doom on the board for a change, and it definitely did work out for Skane in the mid. Skane in the mid. Yeah, Skane in the mid. That's how we pronounce it. That name is a little bit tricky for me. But as it is, you know, they picked out the Doom. It was a nice little counter pick. I think we've had a pretty good example of why Lycan is not as shit-hot as he used to be. It just comes down to the fact that he needs to be used more in the lane, I think, rather than the jungle. And we've seen him use the lane in Dota 1. In fact, it's something Navi used to do, laning Lycan. It worked alright. So I think it's definitely, Lycan is still definitely a possibility, but he definitely is not the insta-pick, insta-ban material that he used to be. Looks like Meteor Makers will take this one home. But guys, thanks for watching. This has been Triumphant Man casting the Premier League. And of course, the Premier League Season 3 is sponsored by Twitch TV as well as Steel Series. So make sure you go and let them know how much you enjoy this tournament, as well. Just thank them, basically. Make sure if you ever see like the sponsor page, just thank them for a tournament. Thank them for just basically putting their money on the line and supporting the esports community, because it does make sure that you are heard and that they know that their money is being well spent on getting their message across. But anyway, guys, I will not be doing viewer matches tonight because honestly, I did not get to sleep. So it's 6 AM in the morning. I have not had a chance to sleep all evening, so I will actually be going to bed fairly shortly. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Also, stick around. Make sure if you want to find out anything about the Premier League, we do have a website here, thepremierleague.eu, and you can find a YouTube channel over here as well on the right-hand bar there. So you can see the Premier League on YouTube as well, and you can check out the upcoming schedule. It looks like tomorrow night at 1800 hours Central European time, we do have Quantic versus Dignitas again, best of 3 match. And we'll see who managed to take that one out. I believe both teams have played 1 apiece. Yes, they have. Dignitas currently sitting on 1 point. Quantic sitting on 0 points. So Quantic have a little bit of ground to catch up. Dignitas want to actually just extend catch up on Empire's lead. Empire, the only team to have won 2 in a row so far. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with Dignitas versus Quantic. If you want to check out the VODs, they will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. Also, will be on this channel as well. Otherwise, this is Triumph Man. I'll be signing off for the evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow.